What is up, bros? Josh here, and today's video is going to be keeping you up to date. There have been lots of posts recently for World of Warships, both on the dev blog and the main sites. Let's dive into those to keep you guys up to date with what's going on with World of Warships. First of all, Ranked Battle, the 12th season is going to be hitting us pretty soon, just in a few days, May 30th to June 25th. So actually, the time frame of these seems to be getting shorter the more seasons they go, and one of the main reasons is there's going to be less ranks overall. Usually it start at 22 or 23, so now they're starting to cut those back and then give you more and more chances with less stars overall to then get this done. So less time overall with less than a month. I think this may even be one of the shortest seasons ever for actual rank seasons. There's only 18 ranks, still 7v7, and it will be tier 10 this season. Now, one of the interesting things is here's all the maps as well. I'll put a link down below to all of the articles, all of the posts. You can check these out. Obviously, we're just going to briefly go over these. It's normal rank season if you've never played ranked. Definitely worth giving it a try. There are some pretty good rewards, and it's another way to get steel if you want. These are the new maps that they're going to be doing, or these are the maps, and with the new one, Greece map, so that'll be kind of interesting. I don't really like when they add a new map or change a map during ranked season. Just like with last season of ranked battles, they made arms race the game mode, so a lot of people were learning the game mode while playing ranked. Ranked tends to be a pretty hostile and salty arena to add something new, so we will apparently be learning the new Greece map while playing ranked battles, so look forward to that. But as always, steel, signals, doubloons, camouflage, all these goodies that you can earn from them, as well as copper, which obviously if you get rank 1 you can get copper. So a lot of people look at this and they say, man, the value or the rewards for getting ranked 1 is worse and worse and worse and worse. But that's because in the past they have changed it up so that you don't get all the steel, which used to be 5,500. You don't get all the steel at rank 1. You get it gradually throughout. So it's a pretty easy way, if you just play a few games here and there, to actually get a little bit of steel on top of clan battle bonuses. Is actually quite nice. But obviously you can get the copper rewards for cosmetics, doubloons, camos, the signals, all kinds of stuff, as well as the achievements. So starting May 30th, get your tier 10s and you can actually start playing. So for new players, you need to at least play 200 battles. One of the things though about this season is aircraft carriers are actually going to be put in. And now this is the reason why they did tier 9s last season, and I actually thought they would probably do another odd season this season, but hey, apparently they feel comfortable. Wargaming has said that tier 10 CVs are the least balanced CVs, yet we will see them in ranked battles. So I'm very interested. I will be doing a best ships before the season hits, so just in the next couple days, look forward to it. I will be doing a video over the best ships for ranked battles, as I do every season, and this season there will be CVs. So I thought they were going to stick with an odd tier for ranked battles just to maybe give it a little bit more time and some balances, because even when 8.4 hits, when the new ranked season starts, we are actually even going to see some changes here to both CVs. 7v7 though with the current CVs seems a little rough to me, but we will probably see a lot of AA builds, so we're going to have to see. This is going to be an interesting season. I think it might be a boring season because it's going to be a lot of cruisers, not too many destroyers, obviously, not too many battleships. It's going to be a pretty passive season. It's going to be one we're going to need to feel out as the season goes on. I will be doing all the games that we play in ranked battles live on stream at twitch.tv. If you want to come check out and hang out and see what the season is like. Very interesting. I'm surprised they were going to do this. When I saw the announcement originally, I was kind of taken back, saying, wait, didn't you just say that CVs are going to be there? However, one of the things that this season is doing, the first for ranked season that we have seen in clan battles, is rental ships. Now, I asked the devs because in clan battles, you would get like basically a new set of ships each patch throughout the clan battle season. This one, all of these are available as soon as ranked, as long as you do the requirements to get these ships. So I think it's just either play a tier 8 ship, just like clan battles. All of these ships are going to be available. So you'll have 3 destroyers to play, 3 cruisers to play, and then 4 battleships to play. So a good variety if you don't have a tier 10 and you want to go check out ranked and play it out or whatever. One of the funny things is, though, again, scrolling up, I found this very ironic, is that they seem to be happy with CVs enough this season to put them into ranked season, but they aren't happy enough with the CVs to allow them to be rental ships. I found that a little ironic as I'm scrolling past it right here. I found that a little ironic that they feel comfortable putting it into the game mode, but they don't feel comfortable with letting people rent them. However, we'll see how it is. And yeah, you'll get to rent all these ships. Kind of interesting that they've picked this. They picked all the battleships, some of the DDs, but not like the Worcester or the Minnow, kind of the best cruisers, the Des Moines, literally the best. I would say the 4 best cruisers they don't have as rental ships. The 2 best destroyers, I would say so, and then obviously all the battleships besides the Republic and the Bourgogne. But like, I would say probably the top cruisers aren't rented. So very interesting on their choices here, but those will all be available at the start. So obviously, as last season's and all the past seasons, the better you did last season, the better of a start you'll have this season. And if you got rank 1 last season, you will start at rank 10 this season. Since we're on the topic of ranked battles, Ranked Sprint just got noted that it's going to be coming back. It's a to be determined date. It's not dropping in 8.4, but it'll be at a later date, and we will actually get to see, in my opinion, one of the most fun game modes in World of Warships. Ranked Sprint, it's very casual, it's fun, it's goofy, and will be a lot of fun. I'm excited for it to come back. Also, we're seeing a clan brawl come back. Now, there's not a lot of information exactly what this is. It says the following testing represents a new format of battles for clan players. The main difference from standard clan season is that brawl teams will fight for 1 day only. Rankings of participating clans will be determined only by the number of wins gained. So we don't know if that is going to be 1 day a week. We don't know if that's going to be 1 day for whatever per session. Not sure. There's not a lot of information yet about this. I don't know if this is going to replace clan battles. I assume not, just like Ranked Sprint isn't replacing ranked battles. I don't know what this is. I would say this is probably something to get more clans playing clan battles. I think a lot of clans aren't really playing clan battles right now. I would bet there's probably a pretty big drop in clan battle games over the past couple seasons. So kind of interesting. When I get more information, I will definitely make a video on this because I'm interested in this, because Ranked Sprint I think is a fantastic thing. I would love to see them do more stuff like sprint versions of things, and Clan Brawl could be a version of that. Again, when I get more information, I will update you guys on this. With 8.4 comes the newest line in World of Warships, and that is the Russian battleships. Now, if you got lucky enough to get one of the early starting missions, you got all the way up to the tier 8, and you can actually continue on to the Kreml, which is the tier 10. You have the Soyuz, which is the tier 9, Kreml tier 10, and the entire line will be opened up. So pretty exciting. I'll put a link again down to all this. You can check this out. And if you don't know, the strength of the Russian battleships is they are better close in. They are good tanking, bow tanking ships. However, the broadsides are very vulnerable to citadels, and of course they only have a limited amount of repairs, however relatively high AA as well. The closer they get, the more dangerous they are. The farther away they are, the worse they are. So it's kind of an interesting and I think a good idea. I'm excited for this line. I've talked about this on stream. I don't think the Russian battleships will be the best in any kind of competitive scenario, but however, they will be good, I believe, in random battles, and they will be a very fun line. So if you have missed out and didn't get lucky enough to get one of the early missions, you can now start the line here and enjoy it throughout. There's definitely some pretty strong ships, the tier 5, 6. I think there's a lot of really strong ships here, and you can definitely check them out and have a lot of fun with these ships. Again, I'm not going to go over all of these, but there's a lot of information you can check out in the link down below. In this post, we have some nice quality of life additions, and that is with the disappearing full pens. The full pens for no damage. It's been super annoying. Part of it has been hitting an AA mount, and you get a full pen on that for no damage because it destroyed it, but it still shows as full pen. Or you hit the torpedo bulge, and the torpedo bulge eats it up, but it doesn't pen. Blah 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 blah. Basically, the no damage full pens have been a thing that has just put so much rage into everybody. I'm sure if you've played consistently, you know what I'm talking about. These will now get their own ribbon, so at least you will see what happens, and you think, man, I just got 8 pens for no damage. What's going on? It's now going to not show full pens. It'll show its own different ribbon. So that'll be kind of nice. Also, they will put it in 10% of maximum damage of the shells will be inflicted in cases where penetration ribbon was received after secondary armament or AA defense guns penetration, and in case of hit and penetration to a completely destroyed part of the ship. So this will be kind of nice. Actually, a little bit more damage will come out from your salvos instead of just disappearing into the abyss. So you will see some new ribbons popping up, so look forward to that, and don't get concerned when you see them. New captains are coming in. This is for the ring competition. If anybody ever really remembers that, it was a huge blunder, and and not quite what they expected to happen, but our mighty Jingles won for the NA/EU, and then Richard won for the Russians. So congratulations to those guys. They well deserved it. And of course, we all kind of knew Jingles was going to win, so GG's to him. So look forward to both of those captains. I believe they're going to be available on all the servers. But Comrade Richard is the Russian winner, so GG's to him as well. Epicenter mode has been added to Two Brothers map, which will be very interesting. As we all know, there's the middle channel, the Flambass channel in the middle. Epicenter will be there. So I'm excited to see how that works. It may just be a temporary thing, but it'll be kind of goofy to see how that works on that map. It'll kind of push towards the middle. We'll see how it goes. There's a lot of other things too, some extra camos as well you can check out. Again, I'm not going to dive into all these, but there are some pretty cool permanent camos. You'll be able to see all of those special camos probably in the arsenal when they come out, as well as a new Borgonia camo. This one looks pretty cool, so might need to start playing some clan battles and get a couple moldy Benadryls and be able to end up picking that up. So some nice camos, as well as a fix to the no damage penetrations that all made us rage at the game. We have a new upcoming game event, which I'm kind of excited for. It looks like it's going to be testing some pretty cool potential game modes, and that is the Post-Apocalyptic game mode. Now, what this is going to be a 3v3v3v3, so 12 people in 4 sets of 3 people teams. You can play with your division mates if you want and go against others in this kind of, I would almost say a free-for-all, but it's 3 teams of 3. It's going to be kind of cool. For this, it's going to be destroyers only, so Z-52, Shimakaze, Daring, I believe there's some other ships there as well, and you will fight in this post-apocalyptic map, which is kind of cool. It's kind of a mix between like Mad Max and Waterworld, if you will. But it's going to look pretty cool, some pretty cool camos as well. Now, you won't be playing the destroyers themselves. You'll be playing these event destroyers, just like we see with the space battles and whatnot. It'll be kind of cool. I like events like this. It gives you something to do, break away from the monotony of just grinding random battles. If you don't like ranked battles too, it gives you something to do. There's no set date for when this is going to hit, so probably 8.4, 8.5, somewhere in there. But it'll be kind of cool. Again, some pretty cool commanders as well, and a lot of fun stuff. Again, these are going to be special destroyers, so they're going to have different consumables, different things, and looks like they're going to be testing not only more smaller teams as potential game modes. Now, all of these, they're cool in-game events, but they're really a way to test this in the masses, and looks like they're going to be testing a new setup, which is lots of small teams, which I think is a good idea. And also they're going to be testing again, which we saw in the past, is the shrinking zone, which we saw in the Halloween event. So that'll be kind of cool. Battles will take place on a new map specifically created for the new event. The safe zone of battles will gradually contract, and all ships behind it will receive constant damage. That is going to be awesome. The winner of the battle is the team that survives the longest. Also added camouflages dedicated to the event, new containers, blah blah blah. So a lot of new stuff, new currency, all kinds of things. But the camos look pretty dang cool, and they're even showing off the Venom. So that means the Venom is probably coming soon, as well as the Hill, which is something I haven't even tested. So a little 200 IQ right there. So these ones are probably pretty close to being finished. But still pretty cool. I think the aesthetics are kind of a cool idea. Not really sure what they're going off of, if they're partnering with something or they just want to do a post-apocalyptic thing. That's cool. But yeah, it looks like they're really kind of testing smaller teams as well as the zone shrinking. I am 100% for this, especially in higher tiers. I think the maps are way too big, and I love the idea of kind of eventually forcing people to get closer and closer and closer. I love this idea. I'm excited to play this, but no set date on when this is going to hit. It may drop on 8.4. I'm not sure, but there's no set time. If there is an update, I will let you guys know. So from the looks of these next couple posts, Wargaming has been extremely busy with making lots of new ships and lots of high tier ships. I don't know, again, elephant in the room, I don't know how any of these are going to be sold. I don't know if they're going to be steel, free XP, tech tree, I don't know. So just letting you guys know. If I do find out, again, I will let you guys know and give you an update when we get more information. But so many new ships. If you guys have been watching my stream or any of the other CCs, we just had a wave of work in progress ships like the Benham, a lot of stuff like that, Yoshino, a lot of ships that we've just gone through. And now we have an entire new wave of ships apparently coming to the game. And one of them is the Japanese destroyer, the Hayata, I may have be slaughtering that, tier 10. So it looks like this is basically, if you just quickly look at it, 20,800 hit points, so a pretty large health pool. Looks like it's going to be basically the Yugumo at tier 10. of course, better. So 3x2, 127 millimeters at a reload time of 4 seconds, though. This is actually quite nice. And IJN guns, again, this is still work in progress, so we don't know if this will be the final version. But reload time of 4 seconds for those guns, that is nasty. So this could be a real kind of Japanese torp boat with better guns to defend itself. Although the Shimakaze already got buffed at 4 seconds already, that could be a absolute monster, because if you've played IGN DDs, you know how hard those hit. 3, 4, 5K salvos on DDs. This could be absolutely nasty. The Torps, 2 sets of 5. That's just why I say it's more like the Yugumo than it is the actual Shimakaze. 67 knots, reload time 153 seconds. And the torpedo detection 1.7, pretty normal for IGN, range 12 kilometers. So this could be a bit more of the a better IGN DD torp boat style with a bit more of a defense. AA probably won't be too much. And the surface detection 7.7, although that doesn't take into effect concealment expert as well as the module and camo, so it's going to get relatively low there. Damage control system, normal. Smoke generator or torp reload, again, more like the Yugumo than the Shimakaze. And then engine boost, so pretty normal there. We'll probably see a bit more of a DD, or kind of a torp focused line. Kagero, Yugumo, now this. We could see something like that. So kind of cool, interesting, something I'm excited to play because it's a tad more gun focused. Now also the Thunderer, this is another thing, basically the Conqueror with the bigger guns. Not sure how this is going to be sold, if it's going to be an alternate, if it's going to be a premium ship. Usually there's a lot of high tier premium ships coming, so again, the things that come to mind, free XP, coal, steel are the main things that come to mind there for tier 10s especially. So probably something there. We've seen a lot of test stuff, so I assume we're seeing some of these ships early on top of all the ships we've already been testing. We're seeing probably a lot of this stuff right now, the testing phase and all that kind of stuff, and we'll probably not see some of these ships for a long time. I don't get how they would kind of just release a lot of these ships at the same time. It's too much steel at one time, it's too much coal, too much free XP. So I assume we're probably seeing these ships now, and we won't see them for a long time, at least some of them, because there's just too many they're pumping out right now. But pretty much the Conqueror, but a bigger version. As soon as I see this, I will be playing this live on stream. But one thing that's kind of interesting is defensive AA fire. So that's something we haven't seen on too many battleships. I'm excited to see how that works. Could be a great AA battleship, but instead more of an AA AP focused battleship Conqueror, maybe. We'll kind of see how that works. I'm excited to play this one. On the second post, we have a kind of a wave of interesting premium ships that we're hopefully going to be able to test pretty soon. And the first one is the German cruiser Siegfried. Now, this is something that we saw on the latest stream that the World of Warships did. And this whole list of ships is something I'm going to need to play because they bring a lot of question marks, I'm going to need to see how this thing actually plays. Siegfried, we're going to go over this. It's basically a Gneisenau at tier 9. And as we all know, anything that has, if you ever play the Gneisenau, it's either completely fun or totally underwhelming with its guns. Either you're hitting something or you're not. So this is a cruiser, though. Even though it has battleship level metrics, it is a cruiser. So this is a 100% battle cruiser. And what we're seeing is 3 sets of 2 on the main battery, 380 millimeters. That's really big for cruisers. Cruiser, that's what we're going to call it, quote unquote. Firing range 20.6 kilometers. Who really cares about the HE? But reload time of 26 seconds. Now you'll get that down to about 22 with adrenaline rush and the reload booster, stuff like that. But still, pretty long reload on that. Dispersion, we're seeing some Sigma at a pretty high value at 2.05. So accurate, but still 6 shells going out. We saw that with the Georgia, and then the Georgia got buffed to this secondary monster with having a ton of speed. This still has torps. These are ships I can look at the stats and get a bunch of red flags. Instant red flags, 3 times 2, reload, 26, and then it being a cruiser. So those all don't really match up to me. This is something I'm really going to have to play. So obviously we can go over all the stats and stuff. I'll put a link down below. You can check them out. But this is something I'm going to really need to play first before I really make a total what my thoughts are on it, because there's a lot of red flags at tier 9. There's some decent cruisers, even some decent battle cruisers now, and so this is really going to need to do something special for it to be anything that's really worthwhile. So the Siegfried tier 9 battleship but it's a cruiser pretty much, if you want to look at it that way. Pan-European destroyer, the Friesland, the tier 9. This is another ship that has some red flags. Very interesting look to it. Hit points pretty decent for this tier. Main battery 2x2, so we're seeing an Ognavoid base with a gun in the front, gun in the back. But yes, reload time 1.8 seconds. You're going to get that down to like 1.3, 1.4 with some adrenaline rush. Absolutely nuts. The fastest reload in this game, but still 2 sets of 2. Again, we can look at all the stats, but this is something that is going to be required to play. It has hydroacoustic search. We don't know if it's going to be the Royal Navy or if it's going to be the German. So it is tested in the Polish nation, but it'll be really interesting to see which hydro they pick, if it's the short range or the long range. We don't know yet. It just says hydroacoustic search. But one of the things that obviously is crazy is it has 2 sets, one in the front, one in the back. But to get both of them on target, you're pretty much going to need to be broadside. So you're going to be a relatively big ship, tier 9. Your reload's going to be kind of crazy, but you're going to need to give up the majority of your ship to fire. Even with that reload, I don't see this beating a Jutland or a Kitakaze or maybe even a Fletcher in a gunfight, because the Fletcher will everything's just going to have more shells going out and more damage going out. However, that reload will be pretty nuts, so maybe it makes up for it. I'm not sure. But only having 2 sets of guns, however, with an extremely fast, lightning fast reload, could potentially make up for some stuff, so we'll see. Also, Arc Royale, another tier 6 CV premium. This is going to be the first one that we're seeing. Will be very interesting. Again, you can look at all the stats if you want. I'm going to have to see how this thing plays. Looking at paper and then seeing what actually plays in reality is completely different. So very interesting. The first set of ships we had here were kind of solid. These ones are all kind of question marks, and I'm going to need to play them to see how I feel. So last but not least, we have some updated buffs and nerfs and balances to some of the test ships we just got done with. So there's a couple that I will mainly touch on. The Yoshino getting its reload lowered from 20 to 18.5. This thing's going to be a monster. Battle cruiser at tier 10. This is what the Azuma used to be before they made the Azuma the mediocre tier 9 battle cruiser. The Yoshino at tier 10 is going to be a monster, and they basically just buffed it. So pretty nasty there, and we'll see how it goes. French cruiser Colbert, haven't played it yet. Tier 10, they're getting a little bit of buffs there. The Battleship Slava, the tier 10. Now, this is an interesting one. This is one, if you saw my video, it basically was called, "Why is this even a thing?" And the reason is it's the first battleship that promoted being farther away, since it got more accurate the farther away it was. I was completely against it, and it looks like Wargaming heard all of our negative responses on this and have completely changed the dispersion ellipse settings, which is very good. So the battleship focus on long-range battles will be emphasized by reducing survivability. So basically what it did is this ship was better at long range because it had less survivability than the Kreml, which is its tier 9 counterpart, since it's a Russian battleship. However, it looks like they've changed this, and this will also make the ship less effective in close combat. So despite good accuracy, the moment for unleashing accurate salvos will have to be chosen more carefully due to blah, blah, blah. So this is to say that the ship, they're basically buffing. In addition, the size of the dispersion ellipse will now vary less at distance as the distance increases. That is to say that the ship will be more accurate at close ranges and less accurate at long ranges than before. So instead of just being laser accuracy at 22 kilometers, it's now going to be kind of normal as a battleship. So it's still going to promote getting closer as a battleship would. I'm still interested. I'm going to need to play this version to see how much has actually been changed. We don't have actual values for what they've changed. However, the main battery has been nerfed from 30 to 33. Also, the Sigma on the Kreml has been buffed as well, so right before it hits. And the next one is the Colbert Mogador. They have been nerfed with their detection, so their detection's increased. So not only, which I think is a good thing. I thought it was just both of them were completely overpowered. Also, main battery gun range reduced from 19.9 on the Mogador tier 9, 11.9 to 11.6, and then guns reload increased half a second. I think those are both solid. The ship was extremely good, but both detected by air was increased, sea, air, and then main battery. So the texture went up, everything went up. So also some more destroyers and more premium ships we haven't tested yet, so it's not really worth talking about them. If we do see them, we'll be streaming them live on Twitch. But lots of updates, guys, lots of information. So I did it pretty brief here, even though this video is much longer than what I wanted it to be. But hope these videos kind of help you out. So just a quick recap. The 12th season of Ranked Battles is coming back. Tier 10, if you don't have a Tier 10, you can use rental ships. However, the seasons are just a tad shorter than normal, although there are less ranks to get through. So you have time to get through. You can do it, I believe. Believe in your dreams. Go get that rank 1. Go get that steel. We got potentially new clan battle style game mode with clan brawl. Rank sprints are coming back, but we don't have a set date. Soviet battleships will be back in coming in 8.4. So if you didn't get the missions before, you can then start grinding the line. We are seeing a change to the no damage pens. So that's kind of nice, as well as Jingles and Richard coming into the game as captains, as well as camos. We are seeing a new event. No set date on this yet, but it will be kind of cool. Looks like they're going to be testing game modes with more smaller teams in the game and then shrinking zones. Very interesting. I'm excited for that. As well as lots and lots of premium ships, new ships, new test ships. Again, if we get these, we will test them all live on stream. So come check us out, twitch.tv/mejosh. Anyways, this video is so long because there were so many updates, so many posts. So I apologize, but hope this video and hope this information helps you guys out. Anyways, I'll put all the links down below. You can check them in the description. That's it for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.